Hello and welcome to Inkscape for Teachers. In this tutorial I'll be showing you how you can create a custom palette for use in Inkscape containing colours that you use a lot or that you might be wanting to use for a particular project. The standard default palette for Inkscape is down the bottom here. It starts with the black and the greys and then the colours in various shades, and there's quite a few of them as you can scroll along and see. But sometimes you might want to simplify that, or you might want a different set of colours. I'll show you how you can achieve that. First of all, you decide on the colours that you want, and that might be by creating rectangles filled with them. And the important thing to note is the RGB values. For example, if I click on this red, under Fill, I'm on the RGB values here, not the HSL. You can't use these numbers in what I'm about to show you. It must be the RGB tab. So for red, obviously it's 255 in the red, nothing in the green, nothing in the blue. We don't use the alpha channel for this tutorial. Next one, the orange, if you click on that, note the numbers are 255, 102 and 0 for RGB. You can create all sorts of colours, of course. You can adjust these if you wanted to. If you wanted to adjust that orange, you could perhaps just change the amount of green in it, like that. You can see it change. I'll Control Z. Whatever you want to do. Once you've decided on your colours and noted the RGB values, we need to edit a particular file, and that's stored in the Inkscape Share Palettes directory. I'll show you where that is. Just minimise this. If you go to on Windows, it's this PC or whatever your main root directory is. It's under C, Programs, Inkscape, Share and Palettes. Now it may be different on your computer or on a different operating system, I'm not sure. And here are all your palettes. You might have different icons here because I've associated GPL, which are palette files, I've associated that with the Notepad text editor. Now if you need to do that, let's say you're opening one of these. This is one I've created, Geoff. You can right click on it, open with, and select choose another app and find a text editor that you have. It might be Notepad. If it's not appearing in this list, click more apps and scroll down. There might be something down here somewhere that you can select. It could be Word even, WordPad. If it's not there, you can click look for another app on this PC, and you can go to Programs and find the exe file for that app. Anyway, I'll cancel out of that because I've already done it. I'll just show you once more, sorry. Open with, choose another app. I forgot to mention, make sure you tick this box if you want to always use that text editor. Okay, I'll leave mine on Notepad, but make sure you tick that box if you want whatever app you choose to always open the GPL files. Okay, now I've clicked open and it's opened up in Notepad, and you can see here are the colours and the name. Now the colours are separated with tabs, so if I wanted to create another colour in here, I'd just type the number, the red value, tab, the yellow value, tab, and the green value, and give it a name. These names are the ones that appear when you hover over the colour in the palette at the bottom of the screen. So I'll just close out of that, save it once you're happy, and it must be in this palettes directory. Actually, I'll open that up again. I meant to mention something else. You must have this heading there, that's compulsory. You've got to give your palette a name. I think this you can put whatever you like there. 6 rows, I'll refer to that a little bit later in the tutorial. That's how they appear when we open up a swatches dialog box, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, I'll close out of that, and I'll close that down. I'll go back to Inkscape. Now once you've done that, you've still got the Inkscape default palette here, but if you want to change it to the one you created, this tiny little arrow here, which is easy to miss and I didn't realise even existed until a few days ago, click that and find the name you gave it. There's my Geoff 001. If I click on that, and here's my personalised palette. These are the colours I use a lot, the greys and some of these pastel type colours and a couple of others. There's a gold one that I use in my son's business logo a bit. So that's how you do that. Another way of getting to these colours is Control-Shift-W, and that opens up the swatches palette. Now it may have nothing in there. All palettes and all swatches have in common this transparency, but again there's this little arrow here. If you click on that, you can see it's currently on auto. That's the subject of another video when we create colours that are stored in just a file, but I'll show you that in that other video. But if we go down, here's the Geoff 001, and there are all the colours. Now the 6 I referred to means there'd be 6 rows. If there are enough colours, that'd be that size and fill up 6 rows. I haven't got enough colours for 6 rows, so that's the size that they are. But once again, if you create a rectangle, you can either use this palette up here, or you can use the one down here to put in colours. So I don't use the swatches that much, so I'll close that. I tend to use the one down here, but there's a way you can personalise the colours that you use in a particular palette in Inkscape. And this is a global change, so whenever you open up any Inkscape file, it will have this palette. Okay, that about completes this tutorial. Hope that's been of some use to you, and as always, thanks for watching.